Hey, what's up guys? Hope you're doing well. The Ultra Trail Cape Town is this weekend, so I got the entry and I'm going to be doing the 100 kilometer on Saturday. Quick disclaimer before I start. When it comes to these videos, the reason why I was apprehensive is because at this stage in the game, if any of you guys are watching that are doing the race, it's not time to start trying new nutrition, trying out new clothing and stuff, new socks, new gear, new techniques that you haven't perhaps used while training. The reason why those long training runs on the weekend and stuff are also so important is not only for base miles and mileage and getting your body used to running for longer, but also to test out any gear and nutrition that you might want to be using on race days. So getting into it, on the table in front of me over here is a bunch of stuff that I am going to be packing and taking during the race. Now, everything is not on the table in front of me. Anything that I have kind of left out, I will let you guys know, and I will obviously just put in a list down below or whatever. This stuff is all normal stuff you can kind of get in any store, no matter if I know a lot of the viewers that watch the channel are from America, lots are from the UK. I'm sure you can find the equivalent of some of this stuff your side, even maybe better stuff when it comes to like vegan nutrition stuff and that sort of things. I've seen England's got some really cool stuff for running. So this is going to be a really long video, just a heads up. This is going to kind of go over everything on this table that I'm packing or wearing or taking with. And I'm just going to kind of go through the process of if I maybe read it in a book or I heard it on a podcast or I got it from one of the elite ultra runners, like the idea of it or whatever. There's lots of stuff on here that I've kind of included over the last couple of years in my pack. So let's jump straight into it and hope you guys enjoy the video. Okay, so in that pack, I've basically got these salmon flasks. If you have watched my review of the pack, I went over the fact that I changed to the bigger mouth ones with the kind of hard piece at the bottom. They're the speed flasks that go in your pack. I actually, to be honest, when I've got my pack full, it's the bottom of the speed flask sits like that in your pack. This bottom piece actually bruises the bottom of my rib. That sticks into the bag. So I've actually opted for these softer ones at the bottom. They are harder to get in at aid stations, and obviously the opening is quite small. Luckily, you'll see with my nutrition what I'm going to do. I am not going to be filling these with anything but water. You can change to, and I'll put the name up on the screen, I think it's Hydro Flask or something like that. They've got bigger mouths, openings, but they've got a soft version at the bottom. So if that is something that irritates you, that's pretty much the way you can do it with these soft flasks. Along with that in the bag, jumping to nutrition, I've got Tailwind. I have been practicing with this for about a year now. I've been running with it. I've done some triathlon stuff with it and stuff. Really good. Works for me. It's not going to be my only nutrition, and I'll just jump to a screen right now where I'll show you kind of how I worked it out. So I'll be doing a voiceover for that, and I'll get back to this. So going by 200 or 300 calories, as you guys have just seen, I've got a soft flask bottle like this. I think this is a 250 ml. 300 ml bottle that I've got like this, and I've read some of the forums on Facebook. I've read some of the stuff on the Tailwind website and stuff. It looks very confusing, but to me it kind of works. What I'm doing is I'm making a mix, and I'll make a video if you guys want to see exactly how I do that. But you take your Tailwind or whatever else you're using, your liquid nutrition, you put a bit of hot water, boiling water into a thing, and then you mix however many scoops you want in that, and you make like a sort of a very concentrated mixture in this bottle. I'm actually going to do one of two things. I think I'm going to start off drinking straight out of this bottle. I've got these masks, and what this means is this is 5 bottles worth at 200 calories, 2 scoops, so 10 scoops for the entire bottle, 200 calories per mark. So every hour, if I drink one down to there, I've had 200 calories for that hour. If I drink half of it, and I'm going to try also maybe drinking straight out of this, every half an hour I've got my Garmin Fenix 6X, which I've done a review on as well, to allow me to set alarms and stuff. You can do it in any of the Garmin's, a lot of other brands as well. Every half an hour it'll tell me to drink. I'm going to drink approximately half of this, so 100 calories. Then I can supplement it with bars, which I haven't got here, or gels, which I've got in this box over here. using the hammer gels for this one because it is the only one I've practiced with. I will be trying other gels next year. 90 calories in one of those gels, 100 over there, that's 190. Then I can top up with a bit of a bar. I can get something from an aid station. I can do the mash, which I'll go over now. But basically that's it. So this is my concentration. That'll give me 5 bottles. That'll be 1,000 calories at 200 per marking. And this will then last me 5 hours. I've got 3 of these, so that's 15 hours. I'm not going to be taking Tailwind the entire time, so 15 hours worth of this will do me well, especially if I'm only drinking, say, half and supplementing. So just going over it again, the one way I'm going to do it is perhaps just running pure water in the 2 of these in front, and I'll have 1 in the back. For this race, you need to carry 1.5 liters of water minimum. So I'll have that plain water in front in case something happens and I can't stomach the hammer. I will be having this in these, and then I'll just be sipping on this throughout, making sure that every half an hour I drink half. I'll be carrying 2 of these in the beginning, and I've got a drop bag at 60k. I'll carry my last one there. So 2 of these should last me 10 hours, and that's kind of roughly, give or take, an hour or so, depending on my pace and stuff. I will also go through pacing charts and stuff that I've made, but this is by far maybe the best way, and I've been training like this. I suggest if you are taking Tailwind and you've been training any other ways, rather stick to that, because this concentration is not for everyone, especially if you're sipping out of here. It's really kind of sickly sweet almost, and that's the reason why probably for the first half of the race I'll do it like this. I'm going to sip out of it if need be. The second way I can do it is when I get to an aid station, I take my 2 bottles out the front and I pour 1 mark into 1 bottle. Then I've got a bottle which is 500 mils, which is roughly what the amount of water you take in per hour, a 500 ml bottle, give or take weather conditions, sweat rate, all of that sort of stuff. Ballpark, 500 ml bottle an hour, 1 in each. That's then a 200 calorie bottle. This bottle will then last me an hour, and I can eat something else during that hour as well. I'll have 2 of these in front, both with 1 mark in each, and then I can just refill them at aid stations and stuff. So that is the second way I'm doing it. I do prefer just having this bottle as my nutrition and then separating my water into this one just in case something happens. I think it's a bit safer. So that's that. With my gels, just moving on, keeping this sort of nutrition. In here, I've got a couple of different kinds. As I say, this is peanut butter, chocolate flavor. I've got these vanilla flavors. I do tend to sometimes have a sensitive stomach, so I tend to stick to sort of bland flavors. Like that is the naked flavor of Tailwind. It's got no flavors or anything in it. If I want to add something like these that I've got, these are little Noon Nutrition Endurolite sort of gel thing, effervescent tablets. I can add 1 of these on top of whatever I'm taking or on top of my water. This will add salt and electrolytes to the mix as well. There is salt and electrolytes in the Tailwind as well, but if I feel like I'm not getting enough, or I'm sweating a lot, or I just want some sort of flavor, I can add 1 of these, and that'll kind of change the flavor of my water a little bit, give me some other source of like electrolytes. So that's pretty cool. These, as I say, 90 calories each, 33 grams, so I can take 1 of these every hour, and then I can sip on a bottle, and that'll get me to 290 calories per hour. I'm a slightly bigger guy. I weigh 75 kgs, so I should probably, if I'm working between 200 and 300 calories, I should probably go closer to 300, which I kind of usually do in training, and it works for me. These, as you can see, have a rip-off top. They're not like the Cliff ones that stays attached, but I'm not going to carry this box full of these in my back of my bag. So I have these. I think these are Hydropack. This is actually the brand that makes the flasks like this that apparently don't leak. I haven't had leaking issues with these Salomon ones, but some people have. If you do and you want a wider mouth with a softer end piece, Hydropack, that's them there. They make 500 ml bottles, and they are actually cheaper, at least here in Cape Town, South Africa, than the Salomon ones, which is cool. But this has a specific top over here, as you can see, and it is actually made for gels, and it says 150 mils. It says it can hold 5 or 6 gels. So I've got 3 of these, and therefore 6, 12, 18, 5, 10, 15, take 15, 18 sort of gels with me on the race, and I can kind of sip on these and know that there are 5 gels in each, 6 gels in each. That'll be a really cool way for me to carry my nutrition. So tailwind in these, gels in these, and then that goes in my bag. And then I've got other like food, sandwiches, pretzels, stuff like that I will eat, as well as the mash. Now, instant mashed potato I ordered is actually from Cape Town. You can get them all over the place. These little baby food pouches. So if you've got a kid, a young child that you make baby food for and stuff like that, you get these pouches. Now, I have seen on ultra running things, I met Courtney on one of the 65k ultra trail runs in 2019. Put up a clip of that. In one of the things, she uses this exact method and she takes in mashed potatoes. So a lot of hikers and stuff do this as well. This mashed potato is the one that I will be using, 3 times 105 gram servings. I think there's around 360 calories, if I'm not mistaken, per 100 gram serving. So that's one of these. So yeah, I've actually written on here, there are 2,000 calories per this little packet, this little 100 gram serving. So what I'm going to do is mix this up in a bowl. You just add water to it. It's super bland. You can add, I am eating plant-based at the moment, but you can add milk. I can add almond milk. I can add, which I probably will add, oat milk to this just to up the flavor a little bit. And then you get these little packet things that take 130 mils. You can actually, it's quite difficult, but I'd like that because your food is not going to end up in your bag, but you can actually pipe it into the bottom over here. And this stuff specifically I saw on a channel where she was actually going through her nutrition and stuff and what she was doing. So I decided to try it a while back, and I have eaten this sort of mashed potato stuff and little mini potatoes on road races and all over the place, and they seem to do well with me. So this is another thing I'm going to try. It's just an easy way to get solid food in without having to actually eat. And as she said during one of the interviews, it's sometimes you don't feel like eating and chewing and digesting a whole lot of stuff. So this is a pretty easy way to carry them. It's got a big lid over here and just like a little mouthpiece. So that for me, if it works properly, it's going to be kind of trial and error for this one, but I have got backups if need be. But this for me, if it works really well, is going to be a game changer because there are a lot of calories in these packets. It's going to be super lightweight. It's instant potato mash and water. It's going to be in these as well. And then at the end of the day, I've got basically so many options when it comes to carrying gels, carrying some instant mash, and then carrying my, seem to have lost my little bottle, carrying my tailwind. So with these 3 in the bag, I'll place some in the drop bag. I'll work out how many I need and all that sort of stuff, but then I can carry some bars, and I should be good for stuff like 100 milers when it comes down to it, without having to carry, like I did in the first 65, like a pack full of stuff, full of sandwiches, full of sweets and bags of stuff and nuts and fruit and all sorts of stuff that I kind of ate half of it or got sick of the other half or whatever. So that is my plan for this. Just get us some more space here. Always make sure to check the weather forecast. So I take not only compulsory gear, but I mean this little pouch is for like a cell phone. You can pop whatever you want, not get wet in there. Speaking of compulsory gear, I've got a few things you need to have. So I'm going to take non-compulsory, but a race belt, because you need to have your, what is it called? Your number on display every time. And if you're going to be putting on long pants, or you're going to be putting on jerseys and jackets and stuff over what you're wearing, or you're going to want to change your top at the drop bag station, then getting one of these that you just attach the number to the front, you can slip off or slip up and down. Makes so much of a difference. So that's that. You need to have a buff, you need to have a charged cell phone, and I've just actually recently bought, let me show you here, a Nokia. I think it's like a 5510, I don't even know what it is, but it's like a little one of these little lockers. It weighs absolutely nothing, it lasts for ages. I've got all the mountain rescue numbers, I will have all the numbers and everything saved onto that, fully charged, and I'll actually have that just in my bag with all the numbers on it. Family and stuff have got the number of this phone as well, so I'll have this tucked away in case of emergency. The reason for that is I want to take an older iPhone with me just to listen to like Spotify music, podcasts, text message if I need to, just message my wife who will be with the drop bag sort of thing, or whatever I need to do. I can use the other phone knowing that I've got a phone that is tucked in my bag that I can use. 250 calories worth of nutrition spare, so I've just got a gel and a Tailwind sachet. That's 2 scoops in here, so that's 290, a little bit over, but I'll have this in my bag tucked away. Rain jacket, Salomon Bonatti Pro. Really nice jacket. I've done a review on it. This will be in my pack. I've got some gloves. It's not compulsory. I was gonna take them with if it would be colder, but it's actually not going to be super cold. Might be raining. I'm hoping it's raining and not like 35 degrees Celsius, but yeah, let's hope. Some gloves. Socks. I will be obviously wearing a pair, and then I will have a pair, actually they're super light, have a pair in my bag, especially if it is raining. I will probably want to change my socks at some point, and I'll have a pair at the drop bag, which is for this 100k at 69k. So if it is raining, it's more important, I think, to carry an extra pair or 2 at least. If it is not raining, 1 pair in your drop bag or whatever to change halfway. A little bit of a morale boost, and it's going to be nice just getting a fresh pair of socks in, just making me feel like a little bit fresher. Along with that, I will be changing my top as well, and that's where that race belt is going to be cool. I can just slip it down and I don't have my number attached to my top. Sleeves. You can take, I think for this race, and a lot of races are completely different, so don't look at my stuff, copy it, rock up at your race. I doubt you will, but I mean, and be forgetting like some long leggings or some something maybe that you have to take but is not here. This kind of is stuff for my race, specifically the Ultra Trail 100. So these arm kind of sleeves, these are kind of sunproof sleeves that I've got. They're super nice, super comfortable, nice and warm. Taking these, they are part of the compulsory kit. Arm sleeves and your t-shirt you're wearing for the day, or like a long sleeve thermal or something. I'll take these. They're lighter, they're easier to wear. I can actually wear them around my arms and fill them with ice and all sorts of stuff if it's hot, so those are cool. I will be taking sunglasses. These sunglasses I actually got recently, the EV0. I do triathlon as well and stuff. I ride bike, so having a frameless is really cool when mountain biking or riding and stuff. These are Prism lenses, Prism Road lenses, because I find the Prism Trail lenses let in, I think, 33% of light, or block out 33% or whatever it is, but they are not good enough to wear for me personally without having to squint and stuff, unless I'm in like covered areas and stuff. If there's anything on this list you want me to go through specifically, do a review on and stuff, there are gear reviews on the channel, I will do so. Let's carry on around. Med kit and stuff. So I've got med kit, I've got some salt tabs. These are Endurolite salt tabs by Hammer. I might just take one every couple of hours, 4 or 5 hours or something, just to make sure that I'm staying on salt. If I do stop taking the Tailwind for any reason, at least I've got these as well with me. In here, some spare plasters and some paracetamol, Panado, just in case I'm actually not planning on taking anything, any form of ibuprofen, any form of paracetamol, any form of that, but I've just got it with me just in case. In here, same sort of thing, race whistle, some a roll of bandage. It needs to be a specific length and a specific, obviously, meterage of bandage that I've got, some cash, some more plasters, my own sort of medical aid kit, some bungee. That's the same bungee that I fixed my bag with recently on a video, so in case your shoelace, I mean, I don't think your shoelace will snap, but if something happens and your shoelace snaps, or you need to tie something onto your bag, or one of your bungees that attaches to your bag breaks or something, I like having a spare of that. You never know when you're going to need it. Lots of plasters, that's about it. Then one of these tinfoil blankets. These are pretty much compulsory in some way or form in any race. I know some races you have to have the like sleeping bag version of them. This one is just a blanket. I don't know what the meterage is, but this one will do, so I'll take that with. some disinfectant wet wipes. Clean your feet if you want to stop and change your shoes, or if you've got blisters, or if you get cut or hurt, or something happens, you want to wash your face or whatever. These are really rad to have. I'll be carrying these. Toilet paper if you want to stop, go to the bathroom, if they're portaloos, if you have to go out in the wild, whatever, carry some toilet paper with you. You never know when you're going to need it, not have it. That's to just clean glasses. I don't know why it's here, but I'm not taking it with. These Powerbeat Pros, I might take these, or I might just use wired headphones. These, I'll do a little review on them. They're nice. They're these sort of ones. The reason I got them at the beginning, because you can use them individually, and they last 8 hours each, or 9 hours each even. So more than enough time for long distance ultras and stuff. And if you want to do 100 milers and stuff, you can just a little charge port in the back, and they last 9 hours each. And this case actually holds charge and charges them, as you can see that light in the front as well. So I can review these as well if you guys want to see that. But I might take these, or I might just take wired ones that I can kind of just forget about, shove in my bag, especially if it's like raining hard and stuff. I haven't got super comfortable with these yet. I've only had them for a couple of weeks, or maybe 2 months or so. So I don't know if I want to lug this around with me and kind of try not break them or lose them or drop them or something like that. So I'm still undecided. These dry bags, this is just a dry bag. It's the same as sort of this one. I like everything in a dry bag, even if it's hot or there's no rain. Everything that I'm not necessarily going to use right away, med kits, extra nutrition, spare phone, buffs, stuff like that, I can just shove in here, and I know it's all going to stay dry no matter what. Roll it up, clip it up, put it in my bag. It's just an easy way to know. And then if anything happens, or there's any emergency, in the back of my pack in this dry bag, that is where everything is. You can kind of get to it fast. And obviously, besides the cell phone, this will probably be in the front of my pack in case you fall or something happens, you can't get into your pack. A phone is probably good to have at hand. But when it comes to everything else, I like just having it in there. These reusable little plastic bags and stuff like that, I used to just put other stuff in. And then I've got a little list of bars and sandwiches and pancakes, wraps, or whatever, sweets or whatever I want to get this week over here, along with some deep freeze like spray for your legs or something if I feel like it. There's some of this 3M micropore. This is like this paper tape sort of stuff. You can use this to tape your feet, to tape blisters, to tape anything like that, and grab a little piece like that sort of stuff. So really cool. I'm going to have this sort of, I would either have it in a drop bag, or if my wife is going to be at the aid station because we live down the road from the race, I will just put this in a bag and she can keep it with it. If my feet decide to get blisters or whatever, I can use these disinfectant wipes that are there, and I can use antiseptic, which will also be in the bag, and I can tape them up with some tape, and I should be able to at least finish instead of it kind of stopping me dead in my tracks. So I will put that in. There is some other stuff that I'm sure I will think about to put in there. Sunblock. Cape Town this time of year, it's heading into kind of summery weather. It's hot. It can be 30-ish degrees Celsius during the day. I don't want to get super burnt. It makes recovery not great as well, because you're kind of sitting around days after the race and you're really burnt and sore, as well as being super sore muscle-wise, fatigued, mentally you're a bit drained. So if I can eliminate sunburn, that's at least one thing I don't have to worry about. I'll be taking this little one, SPF 50, inside my bag. This little Blistex, this is also an SPF 50 like lip balm I'll be taking as well. Don't usually use it, but good to have. Vaseline, you can use shea butter. I've just used Vaseline the entire time for a couple of years, for road ultras, for the Ironman 70.3, for everything I've done in the wet and the rain and all sorts of stuff, and it's helped. You can put this on your toes before you put on socks for blisters. You can put it all over the place for chafing. I'm just going to take this with me and make sure, because chafing is actually one of the most kind of sorest irritating things that I've come across when it comes to ultra running. Chafing and plasters, for you guys that want to put tape or plasters over your nipples. I have chafed mine before. It's also not comfortable at all, so I'll put plasters over them. That is the easiest way to do it and prevent chafing or your t-shirt, your pack rubbing on you. What else is there? Spare batteries and a spare headlamp. This is one that's just going to stay in the bag just in case the race starts at 4 in the morning and you've got 24 hours, which is obviously 4 the next morning. If everything kind of goes pear-shaped and I have issues with anything, then I'm going to obviously aim then to be able to get myself through to 4 in the morning, which means several hours of night running. So even if you are, and this is a tip that I kind of have been going through in my head, even if you're aiming for a different cutoff time, make sure you've got enough stuff on course and in your bag to last you the full time, because you may get to a point where you want to still finish, but you obviously cannot go at the pace you intended to go. I want to just finish this race, so I am taking everything I need to run for 24 hours. If I come in at 20, then I've got extra stuff and I didn't need it. But if I come in at 24, and I didn't pack an extra headlamp, or my headlamp broke, or I needed extra nutrition, then I'd be a little bit stuffed. So extra headlamp batteries, then I've got this Black Diamond headlamp. This is my main one that I will be wearing. I will be experimenting with headlamps over the future, but this one's pretty comfortable, and I'll be wearing this as a main headlamp. So that's that. I will be taking obviously a little case and my camera, which you guys are watching on now, that I pull out every now and then, chat to you guys. I'll make a little video like I did last time. It also is quite cool because it helps you take your mind off the race. I've just got to keep in mind that I don't need to pull out the camera every time I'm having fun. I need to also pull out the camera every time I'm suffering, so that you guys can kind of see exactly what it's like, because the last thing you really want to do when you're suffering kind of 40, 50 Ks plus is pull out the camera and start chatting and stuff like that. But I will make a mental note of trying to do that. It also might help keep my mind off things. Yeah, should be pretty good. So this is basically all the kit I am taking with, besides my running pants, my clothes that I'm wearing and stuff like that, my shoes. I am running currently in the Hoka Speed Goat 4s. They are amazing. I'm not changing shoes anytime soon. I will be getting another pair when they break. They're really, really good, really comfortable. So I'll be running in those. And that's about it for nutrition and stuff. I will obviously go through anything you guys want me to go through in more detail. Just shout down below. And wishing you guys all the best of luck if you are running the race this weekend, or any other race in any other part of the world in the coming months. Good luck for it. Enjoy your training. And please, once again, anything you see here, make sure you train with it, with using it and stuff like that. You adapt it to yourself. The really lovely thing about trail running is that not everything works for everyone, and gels might not work for some people. Carrying wireless headphones might not work for some people. Using these sorts of socks might not work for some people. You know what I mean? So just pick what you want. Take everything kind of with a pinch of salt, and make sure you do your own research and see what works for you during those longer training runs. Wish you guys luck. Hope you're all well, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.